Okay, so here we are. Definitely let me know if everybody can hear me. I said doing this whole thing through OBS, getting everything set up is definitely not the easiest thing. Notification game, how it worked. Can you hear me? Let me make sure you can hear me. Because this shit is a pain in the ass, man. Honestly, I never thought I'd be doing YouTube anywhere near this long or this far intricate or anything, man. I still got to get a new mic, and I'm gonna get a new camera soon, man. Yo, can you guys hear me? I hear you. Limit, limit Charlie. I don't know what that means. Okay, the pimped out platypus. What's going on, y'all? And this shit, this. Oh man, like I said, I never thought I'd be doing live streams. I never thought I'd be doing YouTube this long or anything where I'd be talking in front of a camera. So setting all this shit up, like by myself to get like the call in shit and and all this working right and it, man, god damn, this is fucking annoying. Audio is good, bro. Okay, thanks, super appreciate it. I'm gonna wait for a while. Let some people come in before I start hitting on topics. Let's go loud and clear. I was using army slang. Hello. Oh, Lima. Okay, yeah. Lima. Yeah. Yeah. Yo is yes and check. Yeah. Hey, AD, are you in the cryptocurrency? No, man. No, I'm not in the cryptocurrency. Cause I'm just honestly, I just don't even know where to start. And I think it's one of those things where I think it's one of those things. Well, like anything that's going to be of any value to fully understand it, like you really need a great teacher to point to tell you the core things to focus on. And I just don't. I just for one reason or another, I guess I could go looking for it. I just don't even look for it honestly. It's really me. T. Douglasbury says, "AD, love your content, sir. Better than coffee in the morning." Thanks, Mo. What's up, Mo? Man, how's it going? Oh yeah, I'm gonna set. I got the calling thing set up. I'm just gonna give it some time. Let people come in because so everybody can hear the stories live and share shit together. Money, 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 money. Your editing and your videos is getting pretty good. Thanks, Nuclear Bomb. Appreciate it, man. Because, like I said, I never thought I'd be doing this long. I never thought I'd be editing a video. You know what I'm saying? With me, I used to do video game, stuff back, years ago, and I was actually pretty successful at that. But I just hate. I used to make. I lost. They deleted the channel. I forget why they deleted the channel. But I think I did something too gangster and they shut me down. But like I used to make me and a good friend of mine used to play Grand Theft Auto 5 online. But I would make music videos out of the shots or motherfuckers getting hit and it would go along with the beat. Like this is before we had the apps that like guess some apps they can even make shit go along with the beat with you. Like I don't even know. I'm so out of date with technology, man. Relative to the kids nowadays, I'm just out of technology. But yeah, I used to do that, and I hated it, man. But I liked it because I liked to see the finished product. But I hate editing because I just hate that fucking process of just like you always got to go in, find the exact second you want it, and is it looking right, or are they going to get the humor? Because I know where it's coming. Let me turn this TV off before it starts making noise. Like, cause you gotta worry about, well, are they gonna get what's far? Are they gonna get the humor in it if you try to make it funny? And it's just a pain in the ass. Then you just finally just say fuck it, just slap something together and just post it. At the end of the day, in order to be funny, man, a part of you has to just let go. So you just finally just say fuck it, and just throw it out there and see what happens. Oh shit, I'm just okay. What's up, Dougie Fresh? There's a good 20-minute documentary on Amazon Prime called Cryptocurrency Explained that gives you an idea of the so what of crypto. Word up, okay. Yeah, I got crypto. I got crypto. I got Amazon Prime here, so y'all definitely check into that for sure, man. Are you gonna use Discord or Zoom? I should have used fuck. I forgot Chill Pill. I was gonna do Discord because they brought Easy Peas brought it up last time or Easy TP. I forget which name he uses in here, but yeah, he brought up. I completely forgot about Discord, man. Discord would probably be a lot easier, to be honest. It'd probably be a lot fucking easier. Yo, J Chill, what's up, man? Hey D, how you doing? Latest videos are hilarious. Thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I showed my girl that video. She just seen it. She was laughing. I had her rolling of that. Hey, girl, I am rich and sexy. Don't you want to be sexy like me? I had her rolling off that shit, man. And we had the conversation today, man, about the videos I made today, actually, in the last few days, about how bitches know when you try to buy them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you rely like and I made the interviews, but I'm just like, so far I only end up getting 2 interviews because I had it set up with like 5 different girls like immediately, but of course one started traveling, the other one's on some old other shit. Then some girls like, well, I got one girl, she's ready to go, but she only speaks Czech, so like I want you guys to hear directly what she's saying. Like I could do the translator thing. I could get a translator over here to help her out. But like I'd rather you guys like literally hear the English from her mouth of what she's saying. It's the girl. She hit me up wanting to do OnlyFans together. So I said, well, hey, I just interviewed you. How about that? What was you doing when you was 22? Keem asked. When I was 22. I had a 20-year-old girlfriend. I had just started college. Well, this was the time I just started community college, and it ended up working out that time because I went to Central State before and Wilberforce. I went to other 4-year colleges before, and it didn't work out. So I left. I worked jobs, paid bills in my apartment, whatever. And when I was 22, I went back to school. I went to St. Clair Community College in Dayton, Ohio. I think it's the biggest community college in the U.S. Like the biggest. Like it's not like a one building type setup. It's fucking huge. It's not small. But yeah, I went back and I got this real. Not she was alright. She wasn't real pretty. Filipino girlfriend. She was 20, and I was 22. Yeah, and that was the first girl who actually like. And it was an accident. I told you guys how with the blowjobs, like I love facial abuse and all that shit, like making bitches puke on your dick and shit. She was the first one to do it, but it was an accident because we actually went to funny enough, we went to an all-you-can-eat buffet before that. I remember she threw up. She goes, "But I just threw up." I said, "Well, who cares? Nobody cares." And she goes, "Okay," and then just kept doing it again. Like I gotta say, when it comes to sex, man, when it comes to awkward shit, like women don't that shit doesn't see that whole specialty of sex it doesn't register with women like it does for men. Men are the ones going, "Oh my god." Men are the ones doing, "Oh, you do that. Oh my god." Women like they don't. Sex just doesn't even register in their brains the same way. Because for us, we like to look at the bitch. We like to see her do something. Women are getting more high off the fact that they're getting this attention. Then they'll just kind of, for them, they're not, see the woman, she doesn't see her own ass and tits, jiggle and pound. She doesn't see it. She's not focusing on that. She's focusing on the attention and actually doing something for you. But yeah. AD, when you said she loves the fact that he don't love her, truer words have never been spoken. Yeah. Well, yeah, and super, to elaborate on that, she really doesn't. She loves the fact that he doesn't love her because, see, like I said in a video a while back, women can tell when you care too much. The one it was a white dude sitting by his pool and he couldn't figure out why he couldn't get the single mom waitress to pay him attention, because women know when you care too much too quick. And let me switch this. Women know when you care too much too quick, right? Like, and the last thing any woman wants, any woman who's going to be anywhere near decent for you, right? Any woman who's going to be anywhere decent for you, she does not want to be number one, all that shit like that. For a woman who's going to try to be decent for you as a woman, she wants to be third, fourth, fifth. She doesn't want that focus because she's scared she's going to mess it up. She doesn't want to be. The only women who want to be number one, and they like for real want to be number one is because they're chasing something that happened in their past and they trying to rebuild their self-esteem. All right, women do not want to be number one. They don't want you to drop nothing for what she's doing. She doesn't want you to drop anything for what she's talking about. She wants you to be a man and go off and do your own shit and then come back to her when you got time. See, the second you start dropping everything, oh, I gotta go. My girlfriend's coming over. No, that's the worst thing you could do because you putting her on that pedestal. If you put a woman on a pedestal, she like a lot of things happen, but the number one thing is she doesn't she and this is a reality of women. They'll be so terrified of fucking up that illusion for you because the reality of it is they want to please. The women are put on this earth to please, right? So when you put them on a pedestal, one woman is so into herself and being able to please people to where if she feels like she can't please you, she will do anything to get out that situation. Or she feels like she can't sustain pleasing you. If she feels like you put her on a pedestal in order for her to please you, that's going to put a lot of pressure on her. See, the douchebag, the asshole guys, see, those guys aren't doing that to her. The asshole guys, they're not putting her on. I mean, they might like come and chase after her and yell at her or some shit on some like strict like you underneath me shit. But see, them asshole bad boys do, they're not putting her on no pedestal. See, woman would do anything to feel comfortable. And that's what's making her feel comfortable. The fact that there's nothing to fuck up with an asshole. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing she can fuck up because he's already fucked up. So she doesn't have to worry about living up to this. Okay, and to put in perspective, the put in perspective is the same thing as, let's say, the average drug addict, the average prostitute. Right? The average prostitute and drug addict is not trying to hang out with a pastor. You know, in that scene of him they're not trying to go to church and all, because why? Because they don't want to, because they know they can't live up to that. And that it's uncomfortable to go in there and sit, especially when you got your own swagger about what you doing drugs or whatever, and you got your swagger about it. You're not trying to go and be next to this person who's perfect. Because that drug addict can't live up to that pastor or whatever the fuck. You see, that's what drug addicts don't hang out with medical doctors unless they getting them drugs. They ain't hanging out in the same room. That's why, because they can't live up to that shit. Checking the comments now. So let's read through a little bit, and I'm going to open up the lines in a bit. So this article, I just randomly grabbed this. 10 of the most important qualities women look for in a guy. So, let's see who wrote this. Alexis Jones. Okay, yeah. Chemistry. Don't feel bad the next time you turn someone down because the chemistry just isn't there. See, right off the bat, yeah, see, this is women shit. Right off the bat. See, women are so insecure with the dating, with social statuses. Women are so insecure with it that they always have to, see, they never go out and write these articles and say, oh, did the woman get dumped by the guy? It's always... They notice how women always lead off with, oh, you had to let a guy down. You had to do this to the guy. Like, see, that's also part of women's manipulation. So it continues. Initially, women are drawn to men based on attraction. We think to ourselves, can we carry on a conversation with this person? Do I feel energized when I talk to this person? These are qualities to help establish a foundation to form a deeper connection and relationship with this person, McMahon said. Yeah. So I give her a W for that. Cause like I said, well, okay, and here's the dumb bitchinese translation on this. Right here. We think to ourselves, can we carry on a conversation with this person? Do I feel energized when I talk to this person? See, okay. Now, dumb bitchinese translation is, can this man carry the conversation and I just follow it and laugh and have a good time? And can he give me something to think about? Okay, she's not trying to carry a conversation with you. Alexis McMahon or whoever the fuck this is, whoever the fuck wrote, see dumb bitch in these translation. Can this man carry a conversation and can I follow in it? There is not one woman on this earth who's going to come up to you who is going to want to fuck you and is going to want to have to carry it on a conversation, to be the one carrying the conversation. There is not one woman on this earth who, unless she's trying to get into your pockets and she knows you got some money or something like that. But if it ain't nothing like that, there is not one woman who is going to walk up to you and carry the conversation and still be trying to get fucked by you later. So yeah, dumb Betchinese translation one. But to be fair, I go ahead and give her a W on that, because I mean, even though she's a woman, that was pretty good for a woman. Okay, let's just be honest about it. And they always post the best. Yeah, they always post the best pictures. Vulnerability. Step 2, vulnerability. It's difficult to build a relationship with someone who's closed off. A man who is vulnerable has a countercultural willingness to step away from the power position which men are raised to feel comfortable being in, Hunt says. For the partnership to happen, a man has to be willing to be vulnerable, and he has to open up his heart in order for that to happen. And heads up, ladies, this goes for you too. Okay, so I'll translate the first part. A man who is vulnerable has a countercultural willingness to step away from the power position which men are raised to feel comfortable being in. Okay. What she's saying is this. That woman wants to know that you are always going to stay that alpha in her mind, regardless of what job you have. Now, she still is going to want you to have some type of work, but she wants to make sure that you're not going to identify yourself by that power position. So she wants the guy to be able to get up and walk away and go create it again. Like I said, with the situation with my girl, I went through a real fucked up mental time, but she knew I would get the fuck back up. And part two, I wasn't running to her, leaning on her shoulder. I was happy just sitting up alone and being fucked up. She kept coming over. But back to this. What she's really saying is she wants a guy who is doing it, he's doing his own thing, but at the same time he's not defined by that one job. You see what I'm saying? Let me hit up the comment sections. What y'all talking about? Yo, Lucas, how's it going? Why do women think becoming a man is a goal in life? Okay, Scala Master Electros said, why do women think becoming a man is a goal in life? Because, the only women who do this are women who failed as women. So once a woman, let me make this full screen. Once a woman fails at woman, she starts to value everything else except being a likable, attractive woman, in the formal sense, right? Once woman fails at being woman, that's when she starts putting value in the car and once woman fails as woman, she adopts everything that men value. Because like I said again, woman doesn't have much personality. It's just the reality of it. She's waiting on the man to bring her a personality to leech off of. Woman by herself, well, she has a personality, but it's usually very disgusting and very just repulsive in reality. So in order to stay likable, she has to find a man, find his personality, and then leech off of that and try to slide in with that. Because if most women, if you let them talk completely free and unfiltered, you would be disgusted by them. If you heard how they talk about you behind, because for people who think my channel is brutal and rough, blah blah, oh, my channel was rated G compared to how women talk about you behind when they know you ain't listening. Oh, them the most evil, filthiest creatures on the planet. I'm telling you. But woman's goals, woman adopts man's goal in life, adopts what men value after she's failed as woman. See, once woman can win as woman, she'll be okay. But once she's convinced herself that, okay, yeah, I failed as woman, see, that's when this desire for Louis Vuitton and Gucci and trying, and then they start holding all these wine glasses all the time, because wine glasses is the number one. When bitches take pictures with wine glasses, that is the number one sign that is number one sign of basic bitch, and two, trying to come off as classy, trying to look better. You see, and usually not too long after that wine glass phase hits, that's when the value of what men value comes in, because they've officially, have distanced themselves too far away from being a desirable woman. Does a woman, when she fails as a woman, turn into a lesbian? Pretty much. But the thing, she doesn't have to though. See, Julian, the thing is, when I say fails as a woman, I mean fails as a woman in the sense of femininity, accepting being submissive, accepting dominance from a man, and without the need to compete too harshly with other women in her world. Once she leaves that's the failure as a woman that I'm talking about. See, usually once they start losing all this sense of that's when they start valuing all this Louis Vuitton shit and all that. When you find a good woman who's a housewife, whatever the fuck like that, she don't care about Louis Vuitton. She don't care about getting. I mean, she can admire it, because she knows other women admire it, so she can admire it. But she don't care about okay, perfect example. A good friend of mine, he's I think a year or two older than me, lives in Ohio. He met his wife, and they got 2 kids together. He met her when I think she was 16, and we were like 20, and married her, blah blah blah. Great looking woman, great person. And there, with her, I never remember any time period where she was trying to sell out for some, designers. See, once bitches start doing this designer shoe shit and all that, that's because in most cases, that's because they have failed at finding a man on that genuine true level. That's why. Another thing, they start tuning into, Steve Harvey. Yep, stranger. You're right, stranger. They start tuning into Steve Harvey's, Dr. Phil's. Some Dr. Phil's can be entertaining just to watch, some train wrecks happen, because that's all it is. It's train wreck television. But yeah, once they start, Tyra, is that Tyra Banks show still on? They start tuning into shows like that. Wendy Williams. Once they start tuning into shit like that, as women, for what woman sees as value. See, woman sees that as 100% gospel, and it ain't nothing but a crowd full of single, fat, fucked up women who can't keep a man. Shout out from Dayton. Oh, you in Dayton, Cayman? Yeah. Hey, I was in Centerville before I came over here. By that Whole Foods out in Centerville. You in Dayton, Cayman? That's where I told the guy, I don't know if you was with me, but I told the guys a story about when I met Dave. Well, I didn't meet Dave Chappelle. I seen Dave Chappelle. And because he used to go to Whole Foods and shop. And and remember how Dave Chappelle said, when he first met Rick James, when Charlie Murphy met Rick James and he had that aura around him, that was the same thing I had when I first seen Dave Chappelle for the first time. But the weird part was I seen his wife first, and his wife was I'm gonna be honest with you, she was flat out tripping. Because the only reason, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but the only reason why I even seen Dave Chappelle was because his wife was acting not tripping, but his wife was acting erratically. Right? Because I remember I was in Hove, I was pushing my cart and shit, and I happened to look up, and it's this woman, she's picking up fruits and looking at it and smelling it and putting it back, but she's moving almost like a crackhead, moving real, and she was super relaxed on this shit. It was just really awkward shit. And it was one of them things, when you see somebody doing something really weird, but you just can't stop looking at them, because you feel like they getting ready to do something really weird in a minute type of shit. That's what it was. And she just kind of kept leaning over just flat leaning over the fruits, getting this shit up, she looked like she was on fucking drugs, right? And she was an Asian woman, right? And Then not long after, this big, tall, black motherfucker with one what's them things called? Them bubble coat vest shits. What's them things? Like I couldn't wear that shit. I would look like a fucking, like a starving child or something, because my arms are too skinny for that. But he came in walking with it, like pushing his car, because the motherfucker, like, he's not short. That motherfucker's tall. And I was like, oh, that's Dave Chappelle. Because I put together, I remember his wife was like Asian or she was some type of Asian, cult race. I don't know what the fuck to say. But yeah, man, that shit was ridiculous. But yeah, in the Whole Foods right next to where I used to live, down in Centerville. That's where I started. Puff jackets, yeah. Hey, Carlos is out. How's it going, man? Oh, now we got a few people. I want to answer a question. So, because I didn't get back to this Patreon request of a question. It says, do you think it's right for men to manipulate women in general? For example, should men shit test women to maintain high interest? I think women need friction sometimes to keep them going. Like, I don't want them to be comfortable. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. You don't want them to be comfortable. Well, because to a woman, comfortable equals I'm on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the woman, being too comfortable means I'm on a pedestal. I'm gonna start getting bored. You got to treat them like children. You got. Hey, Kmart, you got Centerville's cool. You got a few friends in the word up. That's cool, man. Yeah, but with women, man, you gotta treat. At some instance, you gotta watch that shit. Even like if you want to just give them shit, do it. But you always gotta keep that fucking balance, that counter going in your head. Call the live stream. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going? How many boyfriends before a woman is ruined? Some guys will say like 3 and 5, whatever, blah blah blah. Well, first off, it depends on what are you wanting out this woman. That's the first thing. What are you wanting out? When you say woman is ruined, I'm guessing you mean like marriage and all that. If you trying to marry her and okay, first off, I'm gonna tell you this, man. You ain't gonna never know how many boyfriends she really had for real. Okay. Because like I say all the time, man, like with that 40 dicks episode I had, like them just the 40 she felt comfortable telling motherfuckers about. She ain't tell you about the dude whose dick she was sucking for money and sucking for weed, and you know what I'm saying? What guy she was fucking to get a ride to the store, and she ain't gonna tell you about all that. So with that, you'll never know for real. You will never know. So at the core, you just got to look out for the signs of, is she very flirtatious in public? How does she treat people who she thinks are better than her? Or how does she treat people who she thinks are worse than her? How is she with money? And she's gonna paint it like she's great with money or she's reasonable. But a lot of them, like I said, bitches, if they know one thing, they know how to make shit up to make it look good. So you gotta like read between the lines. Okay, is she spending a lot of money right now? Does she really got this money? If she does, where does she get it from? Because you know what she does for a living. You see what I'm saying? That takes me to another topic. That's a big issue over here in Europe. So over here in Europe, a lot of people, you can travel because it's definitely a lot cheaper, right? Over here, you can hop on a bus or hop on a train for about what? I mean, it depends on where you're going, but maximum $50, right? To go through countries type shit. But the thing dumb bitches don't realize, cause he dumb bitches. Like I remember, cause I'm friend with these two. I got with those two twins I told y'all back a while ago. Told y'all about them a while ago. I think they're Slovakian. See, women are so in tune with trying to keep up with Instagram and what people think about them, do they have money and blah, 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 that they never stop to think, okay, are people going to question how I could afford to do this? These girls are traveling with expensive clothes, expensive shit. They work as fucking waitresses. They're not working a lot, so how are they affording all this shit? How are they affording it when they get there? How are they affording to keep their manicure, pedicure, makeup, hair, and they posting pictures on Instagram about fucking painting a random picture. She's not even working. I'd say she's selling pussy. She's selling pussy. And they don't like I said. So when you deal with a woman, read between the lines. Okay, how is she getting this money? What is she doing? How is she treating people? You know, because when it comes to how many she's fucking, you're never. The only way you'll find out is if like one of her friends get jealous of her and tells you, and then or you know like a homeboy that was like friends with her was like her sister's boyfriend or something like that. He comes and tells you. But you even then, man, you never really gonna know. Really 7 foot. Who the fuck goes? Yeah. Yeah. You right. Yeah. Bus prices, air tickets. Yeah, max 150. Yeah. You right. Yeah. Worst case, even because I'm bad at looking for shit, and the worst I've ever seen was 200. Yeah, Europe is cheap, but how are they supporting this life without without working an actual job? Was the point I'm getting at? Like how are they affording to just not work, have rent paid somewhere, have this because on the flip side, clothes are more expensive here, electronics are more expensive here. So how are they afford this new iPhone? See, this is what the dumb bitches don't realize. They'll post it on Instagram or wherever the fuck with the new iPhone 15 Max SEX model. You know what I'm saying? This phone costs what it takes you to earn in some of these countries 2 or 3 months. Bitch, how the fuck did you afford this phone? You gotta be selling pussy. It's the only way. Cause you have look, these bitches have no education. They have no training. They have no skills. Their only skill is sitting there and being a woman. That's the skill they got. So they don't think about that. So you could clock them. Usually you can clock them from a mile away. AD, can you order each state in America based off attractiveness? Well, I tell you what, man. I haven't been to every state, but I say this, ABC. Um, New York City was about the best that I seen. Now I was in California, Vegas. I don't like Vegas. Is nothing about Vegas. I went the first time wasn't bad, and I told you about that. I had the threesome out there and that wasn't bad. The second time was when I went with a buddy of mine who was actually staying in my flat back in Ohio. We ended up going together because he had to go for his job, so I went too. I went with him, and when I went, weed was legalized, so you could just go to the dispensary and buy weed. So I got fucked up off edibles because I'm not a weed smoker, man. I'm not a weed. I got weed in the cabinet right now. I got a good friend of mine who used to work at the brothel. He gave me some weed for my birthday, and I don't unless you're doing it. I'm just not a smoker. So when I do smoke, I get fucked up, like fucked up. But like I said, Vegas was one of those places, man. Like I don't care for it because I'm not a gambler. I don't gamble shit. I don't care for it. And the women were, I mean, yeah, you'll have some cute waitresses here and there, and then you'll have, you'll get the foreign Ukrainian bitch who got flown out, and she's in that James Bond dress from the movie. They had them James Bond bitches be dressing. She look like that, and you'll see that from time to time. And but there was one red pill situation I came across while I was in Vegas. When I was there the first time, I remember me and a buddy of mine, we stopped to get something to eat. And we had a waitress. She was cool. She was at least 30, but she was cool. She was cool. And she had her tits, like she was wearing this dress shirt and she was, busty, and she had her tits hanging out, right? But she had a good personality. So I called her over. I asked her, I said, like, why are you dressing like this? Like, why are you doing this? And she goes, oh, because if I don't do it, they'll just find another girl who will. And I was like, damn. Like, but see, this is shit I'm talking about. Like when you actually ask them direct questions like that, like a lot of times they'll tell you the truth. Either they'll flat out verbally tell it to you, or they'll kind of give you the eye, like they're lying and they know the game for real and shit like that. A lot of times if you just ask a woman these questions, shit like that, a lot of times they'll tell you honesty. Catch a lot. Hey, Logics. Carlito's Way. Vegas clubs are good. I'm not a club dude, man. That's another reason why I didn't care for Vegas, because I'm not a club person, man. I've never been. The only time I used to go to clubs before was because like some friends of mine would always want me to go or something like that. But I've never liked clubs. I found a video about a Japanese factory that's really selling I guess, robots. That's gangster. Yeah, oh yeah, Rare Breed Theory. I got the email. My bad. I meant to write you back, Rare Breed Theory. I got it. Dmitry Puchkov says, I know about a legit case of two accountant girls who went to the same expensive resort as their boss and made a ton of photos there. How did they afford it? They went there for 2 days only. Yeah. They was the pussy companion. That's what it was. Women can't manage money. I knew a brothel parlor girl in her 20s. Now she's at 35 down bad. She was making all that tax money free. Yeah, oh yeah, Gregory Gates. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's real shit. For real, yeah. I just seen there was a girl, somebody, I think it was on Facebook. I seen this girl, she made $1 million in 48 hours on OnlyFans or some shit like that. I'm like, hey, she better enjoy that shit now. Cause all them little porn, them little, bitches jiggling their tits on OnlyFans and Insta, they better enjoy it. Cause in about 10 years, that's whoo. They better enjoy it and find a rich man and impregnate him. Get them oh yeah, likes up and subscribes up. Yeah, thanks, Keenan. Appreciate it, man. Keenan, I hope I pronounced that right. It's like Saint in this. I don't know who Saint is. I don't know who's Saint. AD looks like Saint in this. I don't know who that is. You got a halo. Oh, I see the light. Yeah. So how long have I been on now? Let me see. Wait, now I can see over here. So I get about 10 more minutes. Then I'm gonna open up the lines. AD, why is it better when girls? Wait, why is it better when it comes to girls liking you? Why? Okay, why is it better if she looks at you weird or gives you a dirty look than she smiles at you? Well, that depends on the context, man. Honestly, it really does. Because a lot of girls are just shy. That depends on the context. I'd have to get more on that. I haven't heard a girl say this is true. Well, because in a lot of the cases, like I say in my videos before, see that fake shit. When a woman likes you, a lot of times she's gonna be more awkward. You see, because women know how to sell you that dream of what you like, because they know what they like. Like I said, women, like the video I made with the girl who thought she figured out men and all this. Women read up and study on men from early ages, so they know what to sell you. But when a woman genuinely likes you, she just doesn't know what to do, and she'll be super fucking awkward. See, because when a woman knows what to do and she's like you, you know what those women are? Those women are usually called prostitutes. All right, when she likes you, because she knows what dream you want to see and you want to hear. But see, when a woman really likes you and she's not like a legit prostitute, she just doesn't know what to do. Because you want to know why? Because that calls for genuine reaction. This is and I was gonna make a video about this earlier because somebody sent me a link to this black dude interviewing this woman, and pretty much the same thing happened. And I had the same thoughts about that video. See, women will practice all day long how to look in a mirror, how to smile in the mirror, how to pretend to cry. See, they practice these scripts, but when it comes time to have a genuine reaction, they don't know what to do. See, this is why most women cannot freestyle a conversation. This is why most women wait for you to do it, because most women, they're so busy practicing a script on how to look attractive, how to look desirable, how to appear this certain way, to where when something genuinely happens, she doesn't know what to do. And most women will just shut down. She just doesn't know. She doesn't know. So in most cases, yeah, if they're gonna give you a confident smile, that's because either they don't like you or they figure or they don't like you and they feel like they can manipulate you. Because once you trigger that genuineness in them, woman is not genuine. So once you trigger that genuineness in them, they shut down. They don't know what to do. They're gonna be super fucking awkward. They're gonna be awkward, weird, strange, because they very rarely get that. My girl literally told me her last relationship didn't work because she became the leader and didn't want to lead. Oh, reality, yeah. And she is honest with you, reality, for sure, yeah. No woman, no woman wants to lead a man that she has to have sex with. That's like, whoo, that's like putting steak in birthday cake. That shit don't go together at all. Like putting chili sauce in a donut. That shit don't go together at all. You can't even make that shit work. You sold it for $5,000 to dumb rich bitches. They be like, ooh, throw that away. Yeah. In reality, yeah, she wasn't lying. Woman does not want to lead. She don't want to lead nothing. Now she'll shit test you to get you to think women in the world, like that's what feminism is. Feminism, in my opinion, was a shit test that went wrong. It was a shit test that went wrong. And men actually bought into it this time. They didn't expect that shit to happen. Yeah, women, she don't want to lead nothing. Woman does not want to lead. Woman wants to, like I say in my videos before, woman wants to sit back and wait for you to go out there and become something and create something, and then come jump on you in the last 5 minutes of it and then act like she did all half the work. Like I remember that, was it an Eddie Murphy stand-up? Was it Delirious? Where he goes, oh, she'll wait for you to have $20 million and she'll come meet you and say, well, now we got $20 million and $2. That's my $2. So this is our money now. That's what bitches do. They can't help it. It's their fucking nature. Don't hate them for it. It's just what they do. It's their biology, man. They're built to leech off society. They're not built to lead anything. Woman is not built to lead or create or maintain anything of importance. Now maybe some little makeup club, some shit like that. But then when it comes time for some real shit, she ain't trying to lead that. She trying to wait for Chad, Tyrone, Chang, and all them motherfuckers. She trying to wait for them to come in there and run that shit. That way she can just sit on the sideline and look cute. You know what I'm saying? And let people and tell everybody, yeah, my man ran that. That's what she wants. She don't want to run nothing. That shit, oh my God, that is like, feminism, it was a shit test that went wrong. And women are so mad about that, but the woman will never admit to being wrong, so now she's stuck living in it. So so she could still get a benefit. She'll still snatch that benefit real quick of being a woman. But she really wants men to just check her ass and something to shut the fuck up. Like I said before a long time ago, and I hate to bring politics in it, but I said this a long time ago, man. I thought Donald Trump was gonna be the thing that if anybody could have turned it around, I thought it would have been him. Because they caught him saying grab him by the pussy. A rich man was finally put in headlines saying some wild shit. And what do bitches always do? Whatever that valuable man said is the law to woman's mind. Now, and to put in better perspective, like I said in videos a long time ago, remember all the women who were against him? Oh, he said grab him by the pussy. He's a misogynist. He's a rapist. He's this. He's a sexual assaulter. Blah, blah. He touches models in his buildings and blah. They talked all that shit about him. But guess who voted for him? Who voted for him? The women did. That's who voted for him. Because their fucking vaginas can't help it. They had to. Their pussies got wet. Their pussies got wet just by him just saying some wild shit and looking like he had an extra $5 in his pocket. All right? Saying some shit like he didn't care. I thought Donald Trump would have been the thing that would have turned it around. But see, by that point, too many men had become betaized, and you can't fix that shit. Because, see, those men don't realize that they the ones in control. That's the other thing. See, those men, the men who are following bitches, see, they not realizing that they the ones who are really in control. Well, okay, let me correction. They don't realize that they are the ones who are wanted to be in control. The women want the man to be in control. Thanks, Brent. I appreciate it. Okay, how long you been on? Let's say about 10 more minutes. Where we at? 45. Yeah, I'll tell you what. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me get in my Patreon right quick and post this. I hope this shit works. I hope I didn't fuck way too late. If I fuck this up, let me know. Because like I said, man, I never thought I'd be doing this much shit in the YouTube. So if I fuck this up, let me know. And I just reopen it again. Part of the technical difficulties. Okay, so just opened up. That link may not be good because, like I said, I'm not real good with this shit, man. I'm still a work in progress with all this. It's like Zoom apps. What is this? I'm still a work in progress on this, man. So I might have fucked that shit up. But we'll see. Oh, here we are. Okay. So I didn't fuck it up. Okay, so I got you, C, man. I got you. Says it's connecting the audio, but it can't hear me yet. Okay, so I got you, C, man. I got you. Says it's connecting the audio, but it can't hear me yet. Okay, so I got you, C. Hey, C boy, hey, turn down the audio on the computer because I can hear myself and it's like it's a crazy lag.
All right, I did it.
Okay, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. How about you?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm chilling.
Cool.
Yeah, so what's on your mind, man?
Right.
What's going on?
So I spoke to you in the messages or whatever. Told you I was gonna tell my story. I'm gonna make it super quick because I don't want to, leave this shit dragging on or whatever. But so basically, what the fuck? Okay, so real quick, so kind of how I went. This is kind of like how I got into the whole red pill shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which I can safely say for most of us, we all kind of been through some shit. You kind of have to go through some shit to be like, hold on, this shit ain't right. Something's up, right? So my main thing kind of went on for years. It was kind of some on and off shit in a relationship or whatever. But what kind of got me over that hurdle was this last relationship I was in or whatever. Mm-hmm. Kind of started out, I'm dating. Old flame kind of came around and, we kind of started messing around or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Turns out the chick had 2 kids. All right, here we go. Mistake number 1. So went on, dated, got real close with kids or whatever, they weren't mine, but, whatever. Mm-hmm. Came with the package, dealt with that. And, it was cool in the beginning, of course, but she would do like kind of underhanded shit like, oh, well, she'd do things like, well, you seem kind of controlling or whatever, right? Mm. And I'm like, well, I'm not trying to be controlling, I don't mind, your opinion, you can have an opinion and all that kind of shit. Just trying to be, accommodating or whatever. So shit like that, instead of being firm on what it is that I wanted to do and just saying, look, hey, if you want to leave, you can leave, So I'm still like learning red pill shit, like learning shit. So I'm like learning and applying as I'm going. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But once you make a certain amount of mistakes, it's kind of hard to turn that ship around.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to turn this ship around. I think you've mentioned it before in your videos. Like once you've kind of made a mistake with a chick, don't try to go back and try to fix it.
Yeah.
It's either you or someone else.
Yeah. Well, I know I've mentioned that before. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and actually, because I just had that conversation, like everything, like when I make videos, my girl watches all this shit, man, and and because she told me a story about some dude from fucking like Spain or something, like, because we over here in Europe, man, motherfuckers move all over this motherfucker. Some rich dude from Spain tried to come and buy her, and I was telling her like what I was saying on the channel, and what you just said, like pretty much, yeah. Once you come in, once you get seen in a non-favorable light to her, she can never fully respect you after that.
Yep.
She never, and at that point, honestly, man, at that point, she might as well just be dead to you, for real. Like you might as well just chalk her up as a dead one. She's just dead. She doesn't exist. She's just leave her. Done.
Yeah. Well, she's that now after I broke up with her. Mm-hmm. She's like fucking dead to me now. But, during that course of time, like I said, we had been on and off. And during that first like off that we had been on, I guess she ended up dating some dude. Mm-hmm. I don't know. He was like some broke ass dude or whatever. But when she came back, she was like super in a rush to like get me or whatever, right? So I'm thinking, oh, okay, I guess she must have learned a fucking lesson or whatever. Mm-hmm. But whole time she's like running from this dude, I guess, that she was dating. Mm-hmm. This dude was like, you've been recently talking about motherfuckers stalking shit on your recent videos. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is that guy. Like, this dude is the dude that was like at her job, fucking parking in a parking lot in like different cars, watching her and shit, and fucking knocking on her door at like 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning and shit. Like, this dude was hooked. I don't know what she did. But this dude, I took her out to like lunch or something. I was at work and I went out for lunch at work, and we ended up going, she worked like close by to me. Okay. We go to fucking lunch. I take her back to her job, come back to my job. This dude's knocking on my door at my window. Oh. I was about to shoot this guy, dude. I'm in Texas, so, we can carry around here. Mm-hmm. I was about to shoot this dude. I don't know who this was. And he was like, hey, can you open the door for me? Can you open the door? Can you open the window for me real quick? I'm like, dude, what's up? I cracked it. I'm like, what's up, dude? He's like, hey, you dating so-and-so? I'm like, yeah, why? What's up? And he's like, yo, I'm her ex-dude, man. Well, I'm supposed to be her man, but I don't know what's going on. She tripping. I'm like, hold on, what's up? Like, dude, wait. What's going on? He's like, yeah, we was talking or whatever, this and that. And next thing you know, she just stopped calling me. She stopped talking to me or whatever. So I hit her up. I'm like, yo, your ex is like here. I text her. I'm like, your ex is like here. Mm-hmm. And she was like, no, he's not. All this shit. So we get into this whole back and forth situation. And this dude was like, dude, she's still talking to me right now. I'm like, for real? He showed me the text messages on the phone, her number. Texting currently, bro. I'm like, you kidding. Like, they just chatting away, Okay,
yeah. So it wasn't like this whole scene that she tried to paint for you, like.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, are you serious? So at this point, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Here's what actually got me to turn it around. Her best friend / mentor or whatever she calls her, she's like, I talked to her. She's like, I try to guide her and this and that, and she thinks you're a great guy and you really should give her a chance. I've been through with this situation with this guy. He is crazy and all this and this and that and this and that. And I'm like, well, the dude does seem kind of crazy and all of that, but I mean, she lied. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So anyway, the lady ended up being the person that kind of met me. So I'm like, all right, look, y'all just got to cut it off. He was like, I'm done with it. They're done. It's whatever. They dropped it. right? This dude is like, he had no job because clearly he had time on his hands. He had no job, you know.
Clearly,
I'm in my
time on his
business
hands.
getting ready to walk back into the office, and I'm like, this is the dude you come from? You come from a freaking Tyrone? Are you serious? A Tyrone. But like you said, you know, the person that they date, that's who they are, you know? It's what they are. When she date ain't shit niggas, that's what she is.
Oh yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you. Okay, of course, I don't know her. I don't know anybody in this story personally. So, but what it looked like, but also, I don't know if you can agree with this saying. People on the outside.
I've seen the guys she dated in the past. They've also been ain't shit niggas. Her ex-husband was an ain't shit nigga. Like, that's her history. Yeah.
So, if I had to guess, I could be wrong, but if I had to guess, what happened, and maybe you already know this, I could be telling you something you already know, but what it sounds like to me was she was trying to get you to get rid of him because she didn't know how to do it.
Yep.
And she probably told her girlfriend, like her girlfriend already knew, like she was trying to get you to take the initiative to get rid of him. And to go ahead and fight him or whatever and all that. So that's what she just see. Bitches love this shit, man. They love to watch you sit back and get dirty while they sit over there just chilling. And they look, you know what I'm saying? They love it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey,
so
real quick. Let me just. I see there just for the people in the waiting room. I see you. I'm not gonna ignore you guys. But the next up is initials JM. I got you. I got you in here, man. So I'm not forgetting about you. But anyway, yeah, I'm still listening. See what's up.
Yeah. So time go on or whatever. We end up like maybe a year later or whatever after all that shit been passed and moving in together. Like I say, I got history with this chick, so it's not like some flyby. You know what I mean? Like it's more difficult. I think it's more difficult when you actually know the person, like y'all came up together kind of thing. You know, it's harder to let them go versus like, some chick you just met and like you find out she ain't shit, and you know what I mean, you can cast them off pretty easy. But anyway, we end up moving together like a year later or whatever, and that shit was horrible. I mean, she used to talk about how how girls like up front they'll be like, oh well, I'm traditional and this and that and they turn out to be nothing like that. That's kind of how it was. She turned out to be nothing like that. She would do little manipulative shit, like, little shit like do enough just to piss you off and then just kind of bow out, just walk away. She's like, I got his ass. That's it. Walk away. I got him to like get emotional. I'm done.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is I'm a rational person. So I try to like explain things and use concepts and break shit down, kind of how we do it in Red Pill, whatever. But it just wouldn't click. It wouldn't make sense. It was always, well, everybody's different, or well, I'm a mom, so I know better, kind of shit. Like you can't beat them fucking arguments. You know what I mean? Like, well, you can't speak to a person on that level shit like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, with that whole I'm a mom. Or see, okay, yeah. When that shit comes up, that is the same weaponized tool as, I don't know if you ever seen Anchorman. Was it Anchorman or Anchorman 2? I think it was Anchorman 2. Yeah, Anchorman 2. It was a joke where if you say God bless America, well, you can't say, if you say anything negative, then you hate your country, right? So like with that whole I'm a mom argument, it's like, well, if you say anything, then she can turn into what you think I'm a bad mother. Oh my god, like so she could play the victim role off of that. That's, man, I hate that shit, man. Like when I would hear that shit, yeah. Well, whenever women use that shit, that they women use the I'm a mom argument like how motherfuckers say, well, God bless America. Like if you don't immediately agree with that cult mentality, then you're a traitor. Type of shit.
Yeah. And I think it's a lot harder, like when chicks, like dudes think it's so easy, like, oh, well, you listen to this Red Pill stuff and you get hyped up and they're like, oh, well, when I run into a girl and she ain't doing what I want, well, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna just be done with her. Like, that's it. And it's like, yeah, that's all good until you run into a baddie. Like my ex, She literally looked like fucking Lisa Ray. It's the only reason I ever talked to her was because I used to have this thing for Lisa Ray in Players Club.
Oh, me too. Everybody did. Yeah.
Just like that. She look at Lisa Ray in Players Club. That's what she was. And it's like, it's different when she's bad though.
Yeah.
Like, can you handle a bad chick though? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure. I'm with
you.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, to end this shit, I was basically, what really kind of ended it for me was another thing you'd recently talked about. What she ended up doing, she was like, we ended up like moving out, like after the lease was ended or whatever. She left and I went my own way, but we still decided to like talk or whatever, see if we can like work shit out. But what ended up happening was she told me some actually some gangster ass shit. Check this shit out. She told me one time, we was just in the middle of conversation.
Yeah.
And then she ended up saying like, oh, well, I'm not gonna have sex with anybody if you're not paying, if I'm struggling. That's what she said. If I'm struggling, I'm not having sex with anybody. I was like, that's some gangster shit what you just said right there. I told her the exact word. That was some gangster shit what you just said. Because it was